Well, welcome back. It's Thursday, March 19th. I have to look down and check because it's just been like that. What day of the week is it? But I wanted to start out this pastoral update with a verse that I think continues to be appropriate for us at this time from Philippians. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let all men know your forbearance. The Lord is at hand. Have no anxiety about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will keep your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. In these anxious times, we need to be reminded that we don't have to be anxious. We can take these things to the Lord in prayer and know His peace. And just wanted to give you a quick update sort of as to where things are at this point as we're adjusting to all of the new reality here. Session did have a meeting last night. We actually did that via Zoom and had a chance to discuss some of the issues that we're dealing with and things that we're facing. And we'll be giving you some updates. At this point, we certainly want to comply with what the government's asking everybody to do to stay socially distant, no meetings of no greater than 10. The office is open during regular office hours. There aren't very many of us around, but if you need to stop by and drop something off or talk to somebody, we can do that. I'm standing on the set of one of the things that Kidman is going to be doing for Sunday, because we'll be doing a online service again at 9:30, live streaming, and then after that, Kidman has some things to post for kids to be able to do. We also have a number of things that we're working on for kids to be able to tap into, and for everyone with prayers and all kinds of things. Actually, if you go to the website and click on the banner that says Virtual Community, you'll see the things that we've been able to get posted, and we're working on some other ideas on that. Also wanted you to know Meals on Wheels has continued to operate out of our facility. If you didn't know that, they were doing that. In their adjustment now, they're not delivering meals every day. They're actually, and they picked them up today, and they set out tables and handed them out, and they drove through and picked them up. But they're delivering frozen meals that will last for 5 days. So each week they're going to be doing that for the time being. So they'll still be working on the facility, but they're decreasing the number of hours that people are here. As again, we wait and see how this all kind of pans out. But I know they'd appreciate your prayers, and you can still contact them. They do still need drivers, but mostly for Thursdays now, because they've decreased that to just Thursdays. As I mentioned, Kidmin has a number of things. They actually did some surprises that were delivered to some houses for kids that are sort of stuck in, and they had a great time doing that. So I hope some of you got those and passed the word, because I think we're going to continue to do some of those kinds of things. Again, check the website under Virtual Community to find out opportunities on that. Also, we've been shooting some segments for daily prayer. And we've set up a couple different places in the church now. We're sort of using as sets to try and use this ability to post things and to keep in contact with people with the technology that we have been blessed with, although we're getting a crash course in how to use all of that and set it up and how you have to piece all that together. So keep praying for us on the staff that have a giant learning curve that we're dealing with right now. One other thing we're ready to go ahead and do tomorrow is I'm going to be doing my class, my Friday lunch and learn with the pastor. Feel free to have your lunch. I won't eat while we're doing that, but we'll be broadcasting that on YouTube Live. And if you log on to the website and go to that virtual community and then click on Lunch and Learn, you're welcome to join us on that. And when that pulls you up there, there's a YouTube chat. There's a little time delay. It's about 15 seconds, which is a little funny when I look at it. But if you have some questions as we're going along, you can type those on the live chat, and then I'd have the opportunity to see that. Actually, I think somebody else is going to read that for me, because I'm not sure how to do all these things yet, especially at the same time. But I'll be able to deal with those questions as we go along with that. So I invite you to join us on that. Next week, one of the other things we're going to be trying is I'm going to be reading, starting with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the Chronicles of Narnia. For anybody who wants to tune in, we'll do probably a couple of chapters a day, and then have some opportunity again to maybe write in some of those questions and answer some of that. I have always loved C.S. Lewis, and when I was growing up, my dad used to read to me and to my sister, and we loved it. He actually started us on The Ransom of Red Chief by O. Henry. If you haven't read that, you should look that up and read that to your kids. It's hilarious. That's about it for now. We're still hasn't changed as far as we're aware. They're trying to keep groups down to under 10. There are restaurants out there that would really love you to call and pick up things, including our own Creekwood Grill. That's part of our congregation, so feel free to give them a buzz and pick up some food. As everybody keeps repeating, wash your hands and say your prayers, because Jesus and germs are everywhere. We really do want to do this, particularly for the next few days while we see how all of this develops, and hopefully slow this down and give our medical system a chance to adjust to all of it. Please be praying for those people who are serving us in those hospitals. And that just reminded me, Tamagua, one of our partners in ministry, they're at level 3 now, which means they're not seeing any people at the clinic itself, but they're doing a lot of telemedicine. Those are some of the other adjustments that everybody's making on this, but I know they'd very much appreciate your prayers at this time too. So keep safe and keep on praying.